No.
Just going to cowboy it up, yeah?
Yeah, 2 bolts, and I've already had enough.
Do you know what you're doing with that?
I'm guessing. It's really tight.
Right guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Tim here, and tonight I'm in the workshop with Dean from Street Motorsport. It's Friday night and we are going to spend some time working on Dean's BMW behind us. So we're going to get this lowered with a set of coilovers from our friends at Maxpeeding Rods. We're going to get this up in the air and we'll get started pulling this apart. Right, behind me, we've got Dean's BMW up on the lift now. Tonight, we're gonna fit some coilovers just to close this arch gap down a bit. It's not gonna be a really sort of offensive drop, but it's gonna just give it a really nice ride height. Now, with the car jacked up, we're ready to take the wheels off, and we're gonna start with the rear suspension. So what are you doing under there, Dean?
So we've got to take off on the lower spring cup arm, there's a bottom mount, which is there, and they bolt through the shock. So we're going to undo the 2 straight onto the mount rather than taking the shock out, and then we just got to undo the top.
While we get to work taking this rear strut out, you've got just enough time to like this video. And if repairing old shit boxes is just your thing, why don't you subscribe as well, press the bell notification, you'll be notified next time we upload a video.
Springs out. So I do the trim on the inside, and then I can do the nut on the top, which will pull the shock out on the side. So yeah, 2 bolts, and I've already had enough.
That is a lot of sound deadening, isn't it?
It's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you can't hear the diff whining. Placing the shock absorber.
Yeah.
You take this off of here.
Yeah.
And if you look on top, it's like an Allen key.
Okay, yeah.
So you'd undo that with an Allen key, female Allen key, or a spanner or a socket.
Yeah.
And then undo this with a spanner.
Okay.
So it would hold the shaft in the centre.
Yeah.
And you'd be able to undo this. But because we're changing the shock, it doesn't really matter.
It's going to cowboy it up, yeah?
Yep.
Nice, that's one out.
They definitely need a change, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty shagged, isn't it?
Yeah. So I've left the mounts on the bottom. Normally if you was just doing the shock, you could just undo this one and then the shock would pull through. But because we're changing the bottom mounts, there's no point undoing it together.
Right, let's get the new ones out of the box. So we've got some installation instructions.
Maybe we shouldn't have been so quick to dismiss those.
And all of the different bits and pieces in here. So we've got the adjusters for the rear. Obviously smaller springs for the rear on there as well. And I think we've got 10 kilo springs for the front and 8 kilo springs for the rear, I believe, are the specs on these. So these are the new front shocks. So you can see that we've got built-in top mounts on these, and they've got pillow ball bearings in the top, which kind of helps remove that clunky feeling. It just gives a generally nicer feeling when you're out on the road driving with these coilovers fitted. You see that's quite a substantial piece of kit. They're 24-way adjustable as well, so you've got the dampening along with ride height adjustment as well on these. And ride height adjustment on these is 1 to 3 inches, so again, it's not going to be super low, but it should help close up that arch gap and give it a really aggressive looking stance without being over the top. And again, you've got the rears here as well, pretty self-explanatory. So we're going to get this fitted to the offside rear now, and that'll be 1 down, 3 to go. So BMW struts upside down.
Say again?
BMW struts upside down.
Goes like that, yeah.
Oh, okay, right. So that's
the bottom.
right. I get you.
Yeah, because they have that sitting in the arm on these.
All right.
So if you're just doing the shock, like I said, you can undo that and pull it out.
Okay.
If you haven't got a gun, you could, on these, it looks like you can put a spanner in there.
Yeah.
To undo it, as well as on the top.
Okay.
Because otherwise it would just spin.
Oh, yeah. See, I thought that was like a Volkswagen top mount, and that goes in the top.
Back like
yeah.
that,
Yeah. It's a good job you're fitting and not me.
It is, isn't it? Guessing that will go like that. That don't fit neither.
Now, when you look online, it does say that you do need to drill something out to 12 mil. And these rear suspension components would be it. So we started off chasing it through with a 10mm, and then we just need to swap it over to a 12mm and run it through again.
How not to put your drill bits in.
All the right tools, yeah?
All the right tools.
And again, same as before, these little factory washers have got drilled out to 12mm.
Do you know what you're doing with that?
I'm guessing.
Now you need to use this factory rubber bush that sits on top of the spring. It doesn't feel like it should go there because the factory spring has got sort of a tail that kind of sticks out, whereas these are sort of sit flush. But it does go, and it all is compressed by the weight of the car.
So what have we learned, Dean?
We've learnt that it is actually easier to put the mounts into the spring cup arm before attaching them to the shock absorber.
Yeah. And that's taken us how long to work that out?
Quite a while. So my time saving thing, leaving it all built up together.
Yeah, they do that.
Actually takes longer.
Bugger. What are you trying to line up now?
Just the hub
Yeah.
into the lower arm. So we've got the shock on it now onto the lower arm, and then we've just got to line the.
So that's this side done, yeah?
That's this side done now.
So the next three will be quicker. This is the kit we're fitting from Maxpeeding Rods. It's £300, but if you use the code BARNCLUB22, you get 10% off across the site. So actually, this set of coilovers is £270. To be fair, that's a pretty cheap set of coilovers. Now, so the other side is just exactly the same as what we did. So there's no point in watching that all over again.
And with the back on, Dean seems very happy with the results.
So that's the back completely done. Now it's time to make a start on the front of the car. Fingers crossed, this should be quite straightforward. You've got the 3 top mount bolts, and then you've got the pinch bolt in the hub, and 1 bolt for the drop link as well. All right, what are you looking at, Dean?
What I was going to spray up. You always got to have a bit of lube.
Now it says in the instructions for these that you need some washers as well. And it looks like it's going to be for this brace bar here to lift it up to clear the adjustment for the coilovers. You all right, mate?
Nah, a little bit hot. Not used to all this hard work.
What are you struggling with?
Drop the lower arm, one of the arms off so we can get more movement, because there's so much of the shock that sits through the hub at the bottom. Can't get enough movement.
This is looking drastic, Dean. What's going on?
And jack the lower arm up, put a bit of pressure on the ball joint, try and get the nut off.
Let's hope we don't have to resort to fire.
Sometime later.
So Dean, why? I guess that's the only question I've got, is why?
Well, it's really tight. You've just got to get the oxy assembly nut.
So what is tight?
The nut that holds one of the lower arms in.
Okay, and that's a nylock nut, yeah?
Nylock nut that's been on there for God knows how many thousand miles, so I help it a little bit.
Dean, are you on fire in there?
That'll be the nylock in the nut burn.
I mean, who doesn't love a hot box on a Friday night? But is it off? That's the question. So that sounded like it was off. Have you got another nut to go back on?
I do.
Good.
Sitting on that arm over there. One of those jobs you wish you hadn't started on a Friday night.
So this is not going to plan tonight. The front is not playing ball, and it is getting late, and I'm very conscious. You don't want to piss off the neighbours. So it might be time to call it a day on this, and we'll come back in the daylight and finish this off. Right, so we're back today with Dean and his BMW 330D. We're going to get the suspension finished off. We got the back end done, but it got late, so we had to call it a night. So now we're back in today, the following morning, to get the suspension done. There we go. So Dean beating it off take 2. Have you just
That, yeah, that's right. Literally on.
There you go. Perfect. Right, so we've sort of removed the 3 top mount bolts, and that's this strut out. And we're gonna have to take this star bolt off as well. Yeah, you can't get a gun on that, can you?
Nope. Ratchet spanner. Do that one first. And bang out these 2. There.
But that's it. After all that, so what was that? 20 minutes?
Yeah, 20 minutes. We've got this side out. Yeah. Unboxing number 2.
So yeah, you're gonna need a collar and one of the units.
Give it
Go on, D.
You just like
Just
sliding it.
do it for the camera. Oh,
Go
that's
Go
good.
in and out a bit more.
Yeah, yeah, we'll have some of that. Yeah, that's what that's what people are here to see.
You like it dry, don't you?
Yeah, what, you've gone in without lube.
Look,
You savage.
Start thinking what sort of YouTube channel this is.
Hey, people have been questioning this YouTube channel for a long time.
You have to blur it out.
No, that's all right. We blur nothing, mate.
Make sure you take these other little nuts off. Already it's that much lower.
Yeah, is that?
And also we can line up the anti-roll bar link. So if we lay those flat.
So is that a couple of inches then, yeah?
Always a couple of inches. So I'll measure that now.
Yeah.
And then I know how far from there to there the other one's got to go. This up.
So going in the top first, yeah?
Yeah, top first and take the car up. Well, you've got to raise this up because of that.
So that's going to catch. You need to pack that up with.
Yeah, so I need to get this set to where I want first. Maximum stiffness.
We have gone higher than standard.
I think we need to drop that a little bit.
Well, it's like I said, it's easier to go down when it's on the car than it is to go up.
Yeah, because
so
you ain't fighting against the spring then, just down will be easy.
yeah.
So
All right, well,
measure the gap and bang it down loads.
let's go. Now with the fronts on, let's take it out and see how it is. So the car's done, we've got it lowered now. Where else would you bring a lowered BMW but to a McDonald's car park? That's right, we're in a retail park in Swindon in a McDonald's car park. So when you look at it, was it an easy kit to install? Do you know what, actually, fitting the kit wasn't too bad. It's the same with all jobs like this. It was removing the crusty old factory stuff. I mean, Dean, what was the biggest problem getting this kit on the car?
The front arms.
Yeah?
Yeah, getting the nuts off the front arms.
Obviously that's what you use the Oxy for, and then just
Oxy and then
beat into it.
yeah, then air chisel.
And an air chisel. So, I mean, I think when you look at the kit, there are some bits on here that I thought, ooh, not 100% on. So obviously you retain the factory style rear spring seats or spring caps, which again, I don't think it fitted particularly well, but again, it's a cheap set of coilovers. You know, you're obviously not paying for top end stuff. So it uses a lot of the factory stuff that comes with the car already. One of the things I think you might struggle with at home was drilling out those collars to 12mm. Obviously, if you haven't got a vise and a big powerful drill, you're really going to struggle with that. It's definitely a job you can tackle at home, but also it's one of those that I wouldn't worry too much if you think, actually, do you know what? I'm going to buy the kit because it's a decent kit, but I'm going to take it somewhere to get it fitted. Now, the other thing as well, which doesn't come with a kit, which would be nice, but you've got to remember, is making up those collars or getting some collars to raise the strut brace on the front towers. Now, it was a 22mm spacer that you need to make up. So 40mm bolt. You could just pack it out with washers and a bit of tape, or you could get a collar machined up out of a piece of bar, so or a piece of pipe, a piece of tube, whatever you want to use. But again, I think it'll be nice if that was included in the kit. Maxpeeding Rods, guys, if you're listening, if you're watching, it'll be really nice for future kits if that came out. But look, otherwise, I mean, Dean, how does it drive?
It drives really, really good. I've had a lot of cheap coilover sets in the past and they've been rock hard and really bouncy. It actually drives quite nice. I definitely wouldn't put it down there with a cheap nasty set or anything like that.
And this car has even got spacers on the back as well. So if you aren't running spacers, then you're going to have no troubles with rubbing whatsoever, because as I said, even with a set of spacers on the back, these don't scrub. So £300 or £270 with the code BarnClub22 to get you 10% off. Guys, use the code. I don't get paid anything for it, but it saves you some money, and of course they know that you're watching these videos, so they'll send us more stuff and we can make more videos. It's been a lot of fun on a Friday night getting these fitted. Obviously we had to finish it up today. So guys, look, thanks ever so much for watching. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.